Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. There's no place like your home. And today I'm really excited to share with you this great idea, I feel, for my original tiny home that is enhancing my window treatments. So if you know me, you follow my channel, or if you are new, this is the first time watching, welcome. But also know that I am a thrifter and I've done it out of necessity, but now it's really just the only way I do anything. We've, by doing so, you keep a lot of things out of the landfill. You do have unique pieces, and my home, I believe, really reflects that. It's pretty eclectic. I'm just looking more for, I really don't have a theme per se. If I like a piece and I think I can incorporate it into what works for me, then I use it. So I want to encourage you to do the same. And today I've been excited about this project and want to just get started. So here we go. Now, my windows, so we are in my living room and the camera is stuck. But anyway, if you can see this window here on the left, I just have a very simple panel up and they're lined. I got these at the thrift store and they're just a very nice faux silk. They're not real silk, but they wash beautifully and they're lined. So that's going to be great for the cooler weather, colder weather, that I can just keep them closed and have that extra protection at my windows. Now the two panels were originally $15 at the thrift store, and the day that I went there they were 50% off. So I paid $7.50 for these absolutely gorgeous panels, and I like them. One thing I do want to share with you, I was always a wallpaper, colored walls, border. My other homes were always very ornate on the walls. And when I bought my home about 9 years ago, I decided for the first time that I was going to keep the walls neutral. And my trim is a nice bright white, but the walls are just a very nice light off white, and I enjoy it. I like it because I wanted more of a cleaner look, a fresher look this time around. So anyway, so that's what I have here. And then if you see the cornices up above the windows, again, those were thrifted, and I think there were 8 of them, and I bought all of them. They were $1.99 each, $2 a piece, and I've used them throughout the first floor in adding an accent, to the windows. But what I started to feel was that they're bigger and they were just a little heavy against the window, but I had put them up, and so they're up. So I've been really trying to find a balance for all these years for a curtain or for a look that will offset, their size against the panels, which I like to keep pulled over overall, and the window size. So what I have been considering was some kind of a valance or a swag or something, and I found this beautiful piece of fabric again at the thrift store, and I happened to get another 50% off. So it was originally $7 and I got it for $3.50, and I have just cut it half lengthwise. So it's an 84-inch panel, and again it was very wide. But what I'm doing with this, and it's not set in stone yet, because I do like to experiment, and I do like to, you know, how I design and work on things. I don't always have a set thing in mind. I have a general idea, but then I work it. So I actually hung the first half of this earlier like a swag, and it was just overwhelming for the window, and I really didn't like the look. So what I have done, and let me just move my coffee table here, is taken the half of the curtain, and I have twisted it around the rod. Now, again, as I said, I'm not completely finished with this, but I really think that I am going to end up liking this look. I've got a little bit of the swag draping here, and that's just enough. And then what I want to do is just work this a little bit more and just have more of a, maybe a smoother look or a more even look. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but I think just to have that little bit of a finished look. And I was also thinking if I can find some long pearls, a really long pearl necklace at the thrift store, that I'd like to just weave that around. So that will just give me just a really, I think, a very nice feminine, which is the look I really want to achieve, and finished look for the windows. And then you can see as well, I have these scalloped, I can't think of the word, but I found those on Amazon, and they were black, and I originally had them up in the original black, and it was just, I didn't like it. So I spray painted those that neutral beige, and they stand out just enough. And again, just to have this area of the window in the living room just really catch your eye, you know, when you do walk in. And earlier, someone had asked me about, you know, mirrors, and I use a lot of them throughout my home because it is so small. We're having a power outage right now, so the lighting isn't so great. But I got this on a free site. It's a pretty large mirror, and when it's light out, it just reflects and just really gives this room a real, you know, it's very bright and just gives you a sense of it being a larger room. I have one over back there in the corner, and some of the things that I have and spaces that I've filled up, I had been given things from family members, and honestly, I just kind of didn't know what to do with them. So I put that mirror over there in the corner, you know, maybe as you're leaving, a last check or something. But, you know, there's really no, I don't have that one there for a specific reason. And I've had this oval mirror for at least 40 years, and it just opens up the stairway as you're, you know, coming down or going up. So, you know, again, I think placement of mirrors is very important, and using them, you know, as a decorative piece, but also really functional too, you know, in getting that light, especially if you have a smaller home. So I'm going to get back at it. I want to work this other window, and you know, just get this pulled together. I think I'll be pleased with it overall. So again, when you are in a smaller space, you know, you can do what you want, but I have just come to see, I do like the lighter backdrop, and then my pieces, you know, stand out. My picture behind me, the mirror, you know, any grouping of anything just really stands out more. And again, as I've said a million times, I've gotten everything except my big furniture pieces and my rugs, you know, from thrift stores, from flea markets, yard sales, wherever. And I just always clean everything very well, and feel also, you know, this was someone else, so belonged to somebody else. So you have a place in my home. If you like my channel, please hit like and subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to gain a bigger audience and share what I've come up with. So you don't need big, you don't need a lot of money. And, you know, for me, I just feel like there is no place like my home for me. So I will see you again. Thanks for your time as always.